Cathy is exercising on the beach, reflecting on herself. Suddenly startled by a scene in front of her, she fell backward. Because there's a body on the beach, more lifelike than herself. However, the forensic expert discovered a suspicious detail. In 35-degree weather, the bite is at -1 degree. It is suspected that a pervert has frozen the body. Turns out sister-in-law remained calm after her arrest. Not only was she hung in the interrogation room, but she also wanted to take a hot bath. Prosecutor John signaled her assistant after listening. She handed her a tablet to pass the time. The content playing was in a show with Lin Jane. But was that someone secretly recorded. She was sister-in-law's personal secretary, reporting on plans to blow up the Wishaja's family. However, sister-in-law smiled slightly. She knows these so-called pieces of evidence in Prosecutor John's hand. None can directly prove her involvement, which means she cannot be convicted. What was unexpected was, Prosecutor John revealed that she found Kim Ken-hein's Kelly's heel, which is his family around him. On the other side, Supreme Court Justice Song discovered that someone was watching from the office. A subordinate of Kim Ken-hein was telling him that the more this happened, the more he wanted to break free from Kim Ken-hein's control. So he informed his brother-in-law that they had officially reached an agreement in the afternoon. Prosecution began discussions on the case concerning the Ellis brothers' investigation of murder. According to the current evidence, colleagues believe that even if she isn't Kim Ken-hein's wife, it doesn't reach the level of detention. However, the usually fair Song Chan-min raised an objection, stating he needs one more day to carefully consider if a crime has been committed. It clearly shows personal emotions involved. Due to his position, the colleagues dared not review him. So, this matter reached Kim Ken-hein's ears. He suspected that Song Chan-min was deliberately creating strife, so he wanted to make a phone call to check in. However, he was completely disregarded. This infuriated Kim Ken-hein. Meanwhile, on Song Chan-min's side, he thought of a good way to avoid scrutiny. It was the gym across from the courthouse. After work, he donned a suit and went to the gym to work out. However, shortly after, Kim Ken-hein's personal secretary asked everyone to leave. Then, he pinned Song Chan-min against the wall, demanding to know why he was running away him. Song Chan-min feigned an innocent look. He was in charge of the Ellis brothers' murder case. If he phoned on Kim Ken-hein at this point, unhesitatingly letting the oldest brother's wife go, what would the court and prosecution think? Don't forget, there's a firstborn now. The existence of the murder video and witnesses. However, Song Chan-min became increasingly agitated, given the current situation. We absolutely cannot act according to Kim Ken-hein's ideas. Moreover, the case of the sister-in-law inciting murder has many loopholes. It's only a matter of time before he's acquitted. Are we going to ruin the main goal over such trivial issues? This passionate speech left the secretary stunned. Seeing his bewildered expression, Song Chan-min also gained confidence. If you continue to distrust him, why not just kill him now? The secretary found some truth in this, so he approached and warned him, make sure to meet at the designated location tomorrow. Otherwise, you might really be finished. After the personal secretary left, Song Chan-min changed into a tracksuit, testing the reaction of the following underling. As he expected, this kid only recognized the suits. He completely failed to notice anything unusual. Then he changed back into a suit, deliberately appeared in the underling's view, casually informed his brother-in-law to meet at a small shop tomorrow at 1 p.m. The next day, Song Chan-min first met with Kim Ken-hein. He stated he would rather die honorably than live in humiliation. Song Chan-min was startled, but he quickly calmed down, making it clear that if he's killed now, then the other son will be doomed too. Just so happens the family is Kim Ken-hein's weakness. After laying down a harsh remark, he angrily left the meeting spot. Song Chan-min didn't dare to waste a moment. He first returned to the office to announce, due to insufficient evidence in the sister-in-law's conspiracy to murder, it was deemed unnecessary to detain. They allowed for same-day release. On the other side, Kim Ken-hein immediately learned of the news. His wariness of the chest relaxed a little. Next, Song Chan-min put on a suit. He went to the gym to check in for a workout. After estimating the time was about right, he changed into sportswear and slipped out of the building. He quickly hailed a taxi on the street. He rushed to the previously arranged small shop. However, upon opening the compartment door, he found Hongji inside. What are you doing here? You're here! The brother-in-law mentioned he was still on the way. I wanted to discuss a few things with you before he arrives. It turns out that Hongji felt very wrong. Since the death of Kim Ken-hein's second son, 7 of her people have died one after another. Every day, she must start against the risk of eradication. In desperation, she turned to her in-law for help. She ventured into the conversation. She threatened that if the in-law and the judge did not help her, she would have to go against the two. So she went to know the plan to turn things around. Song Chan-min did not keep it a secret either. He had already discussed it with his in-law before. The two joined the organization of the new presidential candidate. With this connection, they aimed to enter the Blue House to become a Minister of Justice. This will allow them to completely eliminate the threat from Kim Ken-hein. However, the denial is that they hope Sister Hong finds Kingpin. No matter what, they must protect him. Just then, the in-law arrived at the private room. He remembered he had just met with the new presidential candidate. He had just met with the new presidential candidate. Candidate values Song Chan-min highly. He promised that as long as he joined, all conditions would be negotiable. But they must find a time to meet too. Learned that they know the in-law was being followed, and not only of Kim Ken-hein photographed their shoes. He reported to his secretary that 3 people had met. 2 of them were the in-law and Sister Hong. The identity of the third person was not clear. He casually sent the photo along. That evening, Song Chan-min returned home. He had just placed his worn sneakers by the door. He saw Kim Ken-hein sitting on the living room sofa. At that moment, the judge's son, Haeon, came home and walked inside. Kim Ken-hein didn't say much about seeing this. As he passed through the foyer, he noticed a pair of slippers and sneakers on the floor. So he immediately stopped. He took Guy's phone and carefully looked at the photo of his younger brother's in. It was in the identical pillows on the floor. He mistakenly thought it was Hyun's and didn't want it. On another note, the Red Gang suffered a total massacre. Everyone in the village, Hyun and Mold, was not spared. Meanwhile, Brother was also captured. He was brutally beaten by a group. And the next day, the opening scenes unfolded. Due to the body temperature being too low, the coroner couldn't determine the time of death. The news quickly reported on this matter. However, Song Chang-min received a message. It contained the whole process of Jui's one. Indeed, the body was the one he had killed.